Hey there, fellow groomers. This is how I look when I've been at the shop for a while. I'm Jennifer Opal. Today I am bringing you the results from both groups, the salon owners and the employees, to answer one specific question. Where's the grooming industry struggling, and how does apprenticeship solve it? We've looked at each side individually, and now we're connecting the dots to create a path forward. First off, owners and employees agreed on the same main problem. They used different words, but described the exact same issue. Training is inconsistent, rushed, and different everywhere you go. Owners said that experienced groomers are barely or moderately qualified, and most of them are stuck in their ways. And when trying to train people, they're constantly starting over with these new trainees and don't have enough time to teach. Employees said that they didn't get clear demonstrations and didn't adequately learn handling or behavior. Plus, they wish someone had slowed down and guided them. They also feel like they've been thrown in before they were ready. Two sides, same story. Owners see the effects. Employees are describing the cause. Let's look at why experienced groomers feel highly qualified, even if their training was incomplete. So most groomers in our survey rated their confidence between a 7 and a 10. On the other hand, owners said that they see inconsistent foundational skills. So the reason isn't ego, it's psychology. I did some digging around. I got a little geeked out and looking for the technical term. It's called cognitive anchoring under stress. Most groomers had to learn in survival mode, so their brain latched onto whatever technique got them through the day. That method feels right to them, not because it's best, but because it was what got them through. Next, I looked at perceived confidence versus measured competence. So people often feel skilled because their methods have worked for them, but that's perceived confidence. And when we look to see the competencies against a standard in the salon, the gap becomes clear. And then third, I found self-taught identity. So if someone has to figure out grooming on their own, their method becomes tied to their identity, and changing it feels very threatening, even if they don't realize it. This explains the stuck in their ways issues and can't take criticism challenges. It's not character, it's prior training conditions. During that search, looking for the psychology behind the challenges that we're having, I found out a reason why salons accidentally reinforce inconsistency. Independent salons train the majority of groomers, and they're doing it while running full books. Owners told us that training happens in the cracks, and there's no protected teaching time. Employees said they were rushed, they didn't get demonstrations, and feedback came during stressful moments. Learning under pressure builds habits, not mastery. In the survey, I also found a drop-off effect. So when I asked salon owners about education in general, the support was almost universal. Everybody was agreeing that groomers need stronger foundations. But when the questions got more specific, the responses started shifting. It's like asking someone if they want to eat healthier. The answer would be a resounding yes. Then if you ask them if they would try meal prepping, that would probably still be a yes. Then if you ask if they would follow a structured 5-day plan, there might be some hesitation. And then if you ask if they would start on Monday, the excitement tanks out. Not because the value changed, but the clarity of the picture did. And that's exactly what happened in the survey. So, general education, I saw strong support. Testing on safety and health, still supportive. When I asked if local schools would help, there was some hesitation. When I asked if a defined career path might help, there were fewer yeses. And then I asked, would you implement an apprenticeship? That was the biggest drop-off. Not because people don't believe in training, but I think it's because they've never seen anything like it. So they aren't able to envision it working in their own salon. Most people in grooming, whether it's owners or employees, haven't seen a structured training system. So when something's unfamiliar, the brain treats it like one more thing on an already full plate. So the hesitation isn't about apprenticeship itself. It's about not knowing where to place something they've never seen before. I've been using it in my salon for over a year. So what does apprenticeship actually fix? A registered grooming apprenticeship is not guesswork. And it's not someone else telling you how to run your salon. It gives you a structured framework, and you plug your own style into it. You still groom the way you groom. You still run your salon the way you run your salon. What you get is a repeatable, step-by-step training framework. The structure stays the same, but your standards and your way of grooming become part of it naturally when you demonstrate the skills. The framework builds in protected teaching time, clear demonstrations before practice, a defined sequence of skills, and evaluations based on the way you showed them. The online modules deliver the foundation. They cover the standard industry procedures, safety practices, terminology, and the prep work. So you're not repeating the same explanations every time. That stable base stays the same no matter who you hire. Employees finally get what they've been missing: real industry fundamentals through online modules, clear expectations from the aligned worksheets that they'll fill out, and a portion of time to learn new skills without the pressure of production grooming. They're taught first and evaluated against the criteria on the checklist. And instead of a patchwork of whatever they figured out on their own, or whatever the salon could squeeze in between dogs and customers, they move through a structured pathway that leads to a recognized credential. They get clarity and confidence. You get predictable progress, protected time to teach, and a stable way to grow your team. The framework and the standard industry practices come from me, but the final say in their method and the "this is how we do it here" part all come from you. Apprenticeship simply gives you a system to teach your way clearly and consistently. The modules, lessons, and checklists handle the teaching. You just show how your salon does it. And when it comes to bringing on new people, starting from the beginning is normal. That's just business. But apprenticeship fixes the heavy part. You're no longer rebuilding every new hire from scratch on your own. With apprenticeship and the hiring and onboarding support that comes with it, you're choosing better candidates, training is consistent from day one, and new hires move faster because the structure does the heavy lifting for you. In short, you keep your style. Apprenticeship just makes it teachable, repeatable, and a whole lot lighter to carry. The grooming industry has a training structure problem, not a people problem. Owners want people who are ready to learn the right way. Employees want someone to teach them the right way. Apprenticeship is where those two needs meet. You're not trying to fix people. You're fixing the system around them. My goal is to pull salon owners out of the financial strain, slow training cycles, turnover, and burnout that have held this industry back for decades. And truthfully, I've been through it myself. And to bring grooming into alignment with every other skilled trade so that groomers and salons are finally acknowledged for the depth of skill and the responsibility that this work requires, and compensated accordingly. This is about elevating the entire profession and giving owners and employees the structure, stability, and respect they've always deserved. There's a few ways to implement this in a salon, and I'm happy to walk you through what makes the most sense for you. You can reach me at jenniferopel@growinggroomers.com. Thanks for watching.